Hey guys, Jonathan here, and LEGO sent me the new Miles Morales vs. the Spot Across the Spider-Verse set early to review, but of course all thoughts are my own. This set comes out on January 1st, 2025, and will retail for $50, which is a lot of money for a set with only 375 pieces. That being said, we do get 4 brand new minifigures included here, which is incredible, especially with all of them being from the Spider-Verse films, and with that rumor for later in 2025 that we could be getting a Spider-Verse CMF series, this kind of helps suggest that that could be more true than not. That being said, $50 for what we see here is a lot of money, so let's break down everything and decide if what we see is worth it. Alright, up first we've got Officer Jefferson, Miles' dad, and I think that this is a cool inclusion in this set. We don't often get civilian figures in LEGO Marvel, so getting one here, especially for a main character who also happens to be a civilian, is a really nice addition. Of course, we get a brand new head for this figure. I really like the mustache and glasses combo. The hat works out great, and of course that torso fits the figure perfect. I do believe that torso is new and exclusive for this set, but I wouldn't be surprised to learn it's been used in City too. I honestly just don't know. Of course, we just get dark blue legs here because there's no real reason to add any print detail here, but it's a really nice figure all around, and I think it's a cool inclusion. Okay, up next we've got Spider-Gwen, aka Gwen Stacy, aka Ghost Spider. Man, she's got a lot of names, but it's a great figure nonetheless. It would have been really nice to get some toe printing on here to show her like blue soles or slippers, but still getting those pink gloves works really well. I really like the shade. And of course, we get her civilian head here for Gwen Stacy. It reuses the Hermione head, which is also used on Yelena Belova for Marvel. So I do think that that, is something that probably a lot of us have picked up somewhere along the way. But of course, we get a brand new Gwen head and the hood, which looks really good for her into/across the Spider-Verse look. All right, here we have the Spot, which is a figure we've all wanted for so long. I think that they did a great job with this figure, including back print, which looks really awesome. He does get printed legs, which is interesting. Like we could have just made printed legs with a Sharpie, but LEGO decided to give us brand new printed legs here, which I kind of feel on the fence about, right? Because LEGO always tells us, oh, it's so expensive to print new parts, and we want to use parts that can be used on tons of figures. Well, these legs are pretty much only going to be able to be used on the Spot, so I do appreciate it, though. I think it's a great-looking figure. The head print is great. No printing on the back of the head, but not that it's really necessary. And overall, I think this is an awesome figure and great to get yet another new Spider-Man villain, since it feels like it's been ages since we've gotten new Spider-Man villains in terms of characters and not necessarily remakes of characters we already had. And finally, that brings us to Miles Morales, who has a brand new hairpiece and a brand new head for his unmasked version here. It looks really great. The head does have 2 sides to it, and I think both sides look a ton like Miles from the films, so that's really great. Of course, let's go ahead and lift those off, because we also get a regular Spider-Man mask for him too, which again, I think really lends itself to what we see in the movies. I like that there's just like a little bit of bubble printing, if you will, to show the texture of his suit, which that also is shown in the sides of the suit as well as on the sides of the back and the back of the head. Overall, I really don't know if this figure could be any better than what we got here, so I really dig it and think LEGO did a phenomenal job. Of course, I'd be remiss not to talk about the different web pieces. We get this giant rubbery web piece, which has holes on the side that you could attach to, like, pole grips or things like that to let the figure swing around. And, of course, it always reverts back to its regular, kind of line shape. So there's that. Then we get this brand new web piece, which is rubbery and is new for this wave of sets. Of course, you could take a bad guy and put them inside, and then the web can close in on itself so that you can web up the bad guys as you go. It also has this hole in the back so that you could attach it to a pole, a little bit like this, and then you could attach it to like a wall or something. But overall, I think that these new web pieces are really cool and definitely nice to get a new addition to the LEGO Marvel lineup of cool pieces that we always get offered. Okay, now we'll get into the build of the set, which is where things start to fall apart a little bit for me. Bear in mind that everything we get here is $50. Now, Miles' dad, of course, gets his PDNY car here, which is a nice solid build. But think about in this exact same wave, we got that Venom muscle car as well as the Iron Man car, and both of those sets do have decent minifigs in them. I mean, the Venom car has 2 repeat figs and a new one, and I guess the same could be true for the Iron Man car, but we get this car thrown in here for $50 as well as the build of the Bodega Deli that we'll look at next, and we got 4 minifigs. So for just a little bit more money, you get a lot more value with this set than those other cars, but at the same time, could we have gotten a 3 minifigure set with this car, maybe built out just a little bit more for 30 bucks, and then gotten 2 Spider-Verse sets instead of either one of those random Spider-Man or Iron Man cars that nobody really asked for? I don't know, it's just food for thought, but anyways, the car build is really great. I love how they used the studs not on top, aka snot method, to make it look really flat. I mean, really, the only exposed studs are on the roof here and these 2 studs on the front, so they did a nice job with that. We get these stickers on the sides, and then we can lift the roof off and see that there's room that you could seat a second minifig inside, but of course, there's room for a driver up front. So overall, I think LEGO did a really, really nice job with this one. Okay, now we're at the deli, and there's a lot to break down here. So, first and foremost, we get a ton of stickers up top. Grocery, deli, grocery, all of these food stickers along the front, so it's a very sticker-heavy set, but it does add a lot of nice detail. Speaking of detail and nice, get it? Because ice, haha, okay. Anyways, we get some, stickers and graffiti here. Of course, a web for Spider-Man, Miles' mask. But we also get a little name badge from the introductory sections of the movie, which is a nice little callback. Then, of course, we can open up the ice machine and see that there's actually a little bit of ice inside. There is a play feature when we push the vent on the bottom, but I'll wait till we get to the inside to take a look. There's a hole here so that you could put the webbing in the wall, a little something like that, if you so chose. I really like the build here for the air conditioner on the outside. It's just some nice little detail. And speaking of detail on the outside, check out these studs on the top of the build, as well as when we turn it on the side, we've got some Technic receivers there, as well as right here. It does suggest that maybe, just maybe, they're going to go for some sort of, like, Spider-Verse modular series, or maybe even just, like, a mini modular series where, like, imagine if the next set they made is Miles' bedroom and you, like, put it on top of the deli grocery, you know? I just see a lot of different options that we could go for here, and I really like that. Of course, a lot of our detail comes on the inside of the build. You can see that the door opens up front here. We have the Game Over sticker here with the arrow, which is a nice touch. Then, of course, we've got the ATM machine, which is kind of the whole reason this scene takes place in the movie where Spot tries to steal it. Now, remember, I said if you push this vent, when we push that in, it does make the ATM pop out of the wall, which is nice so that you could have the ATM drop through Spot's holes as he's dropping them all around. Speaking of which, we do have 2 Spot holes up at the top that, of course, you could put Spot, like, coming out of a hole, or you could put Miles Morales, you know, whatever. So I do think that that works really well. As far as Easter eggs, though, I don't really know that there's all that much here. We have the store shelves that are stocked with stuff, and then, of course, we've got the security cameras, which we see in the movie, and we've got the special offer, Sunny Patty Donut there. I don't really know that any of that is a reference. From what I can find, it really isn't. But overall, it is a pretty solid build. I do like it, but for 50 bucks, I just don't know. I mean, when we just look at the builds, right? The deli and the police car, and consider that's all we get for 50 bucks, I just can't help but go back and think about the Avengers Quinjet from the beginning of 2023, which was $100, gave us tons of minifigs and a giant Quinjet. So, you know, again, I get that that's $100, but you could get 2 of what you see here or 1 Quinjet. I know what I would be picking every single time, but maybe you would feel differently. If you do, let me know in the comments. And with that being said, let's zoom out this video and wrap it up. Alright guys, well, I want to say a big thank you again to LEGO for sending this my way to review. Is this set worth $50? I'm going to be honest, I don't think so, but that doesn't mean that it's not worth picking up. The beautiful thing about LEGO is everything goes on sale eventually. So if you could get this for somewhere closer to maybe like $40, that's a lot more in line for 4 minifigs and 375 pieces. So if you get birthday money, Christmas money, gift cards, any kind of deal you can snag to get this closer to $40 or less, I think it would be a great set for that. I think this lends a lot of promise to where the future of LEGO Marvel could go, and I'm really excited about that too. So let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. Are you going to pay 50 bucks for this on release day because you just can't wait? Or will you wait for a sale or a gift card or something like that? Let me know down in the comments, and I'll see you guys on the next video.